Mary Adams' entree into leadership on the Monterey County Board of Supervisors was a trial by flood and fire. She took office in January of 2017, following the county's largest ever wildfire, the Soberanes, and in the midst of one of the most intense series of atmospheric rivers the Central Coast has ever experienced. Her section of District 5 along the scenic coastline of Big Sur was falling apart. Debris flowing off the burn scar of the Soberanes caused catastrophic damage in Palo Colorado Canyon. A mudslide near the community of Big Sur resulted in the collapse of the Pfeiffer Canyon Bridge. And farther south, the largest mass of mud and rock in Highway 1 history came crashing down on the pavement at Mud Creek.
Since I've been in office, 5 major wildfires in my district. 5. In addition to that, Highway 1 has been closed at some point almost the entire time.
The deluge of natural disasters that first year alone resulted in a portion of Big Sur being cut off from the world. But Adams went to work day one, trying to make things better for the people of District 5.
I had thought that coming into the Board of Supervisors would be very much like my work in the nonprofit sector, where every day you just go to work to try to make people's lives better. And that's really the thought that I continue to hold. That is what it should be. However, I found that when you're dealing with things like natural disasters, trying to improve people's lives is something as critical as ensuring that they have food and water, because they find themselves in the middle of an island.
Adams came into the role of supervisor with plenty of experience. For 14 years, she was the CEO of United Way for Monterey County, and before that, she held leadership roles at 2 large nonprofits. Experience helped her to tackle controversial issues during her 8 years on the board, including finding new management for one of the county's biggest assets, Laguna Seca Raceway, designing and implementing new parking rules at 2 overloved coastal destinations, Point Lobos and Bixby Bridge, and leading her county through a global pandemic.
We started something that involved community health workers, and it was one of the most successful programs that we've ever done, and it has been replicated nationally because of it, where we were able to recruit community leaders to go into the neighborhoods to talk about COVID and to give basic instruction on what you can do to prevent it.
The Community Health Workers Program led to lower rates of COVID in Monterey County, which translated to lives saved. Looking towards the future, Adams says the 2 biggest issues facing the county are housing and water, and the 2 go hand in hand, because without an adequate water source, District 5 can't build desperately needed housing. Her advice to incoming Supervisor Kate Daniels when it comes to solving the 2 big issues is to listen.
Ensure that people have the opportunity to come in, to give their ideas and their thoughts, so that when you make these very serious decisions, you're making them based on what it is that the community's desire truly is.
After 8 years on the board and 30 years serving the community, Adams says she plans to take the next year off to listen to herself in order to find out what's next.
I feel like I've got one more, something else is out there for me. I just really feel that. I don't know what it is yet, but as long as I'm as busy as I am working, I won't be able to know that.
Adams' final board meeting is December 3rd, and her official last day in office is December 30th. Reporting in Monterey, Caitlin Conrad, KSBW, Action News 8.